Today, I want to share with you a very simple story. Yet it contains one of the most powerful truths about your mind, your energy, and the direction your life takes. A story about two kinds of water, about a single jar, and a truth we too often forget. What you pour inside yourself determines what flows out into your life. Long ago, in a peaceful mountain region, there lived an elderly monk known as Master An. He was gentle, calm, and famed for teaching lessons that awakened people in unexpected ways. One morning, a young man named Kong, around 26 years old, came to visit the master. His shoulders were tense, and his face showed exhaustion and worry. "Master," Kong said, "my mind is a mess. I feel anxious all the time. I try so hard, yet the harder I try, the more drained I feel." Master An nodded gently. "And do you want to understand what is really happening inside you?" "Yes, I want to change my life," Kong replied. The master smiled and stood up. "Come with me. Let me show you something." They walked through the monastery's garden to an open area where two clay jars and two large buckets sat on the ground. One bucket held clear water, the other held dirty, muddy water. Master An pointed to the empty jar and asked, "Kong, if I pour muddy water into this empty jar, what will it become?" Kong replied immediately, "A jar of muddy water." "And if I pour clean water into it?" "Then it becomes a jar of clean water." Master An smiled softly. "Exactly. Now watch carefully." The master picked up the empty jar and placed it between the two water buckets. He said, "This jar represents your mind." He scooped up muddy water and poured it into the jar. The water instantly turned dark and heavy. "This is what happens," the master said, "when you fill your mind with negativity, with worry, with anger, with resentment, with hurtful words, or with fear." Kong watched quietly, his chest tightening. "But," the master continued, "this is only the first choice." Then he scooped up clear water and poured it into the muddy jar. The dirty water became slightly lighter. He did it again, then again, then again. Each pour made the muddy water a little clearer than before. Kong's eyes widened. "Master, the water is becoming clear again." Master An nodded. "Yes, this is the second choice." The master continued speaking softly. "Kong, in life, you cannot stop muddy water from entering your world. You cannot prevent people from hurting you. You cannot control chaos outside. But you can decide what you pour into your mind every single day. One kind thought, one act of kindness, one moment of gratitude, one good habit. Each of these is like pouring clean water into your inner jar. If you pour enough clean water, even the darkest muddiness will eventually fade away." Kong went silent. He realized that for years he had been trying to change the world around him without ever changing the world within him. He looked at the jar and whispered, "But Master, what if my jar is already too muddy? What if it's too late?" Master An chuckled gently. "Kong, look closely. No matter how muddy the jar is at first, if you continue to pour in clean water, consistently, patiently, it becomes clear again. It is never too late." Kong lifted the jar. It was still a little cloudy, but sunlight was beginning to shine through it. He said softly, "I understand. My life reflects what I choose to pour inside myself." Before he left, the master told him a sentence he would never forget. "Your mind is the jar. Your life is the water that flows from it. So choose carefully what you allow inside." The story of the jar of two waters reminds us all. You cannot avoid negativity, but you can choose what you allow to stay inside your mind. If you want your life to become clear, begin by cleaning what is inside you. Plant peace, you will feel peace. Plant kindness, you will receive kindness. Plant gratitude, you will live in gratitude. Thank you for watching. If this story touched your heart, subscribe to LifeTune Stories and keep rising stronger, one story at a time.